So this week we are going to continue our discussion of the second part of Turn of the Key.
I always have to think about what the title is. Make sure I don't say Turn of the Screw.
Turn of the Key. So in this section we really get introduced to some of the children.
Yes.
A little more.
Maddie's a little terror.
Yeah. I was going to sound like, it almost sounds like she's very, so far in the book, she is portrayed as being very manipulative, very, almost, I don't know, like she's almost trying to get her in trouble. I mean, she is trying to get her in trouble.
Almost?
But sometimes with little kids, they don't know they're doing it.
Well, this one's 8.
Yeah, even at 8, they wouldn't realize necessarily that they're doing it. But this little girl seems almost...
But to report to the mom, she took us in the poison garden.
Yeah. And that's... that's what I'm saying. I mean, she's almost... I hesitate to use the word mentally unstable. But it almost seems as if this child has some stability issues. Now, in her defense, her parents left her with a complete stranger overnight for multiple days. That, to me, was just
And while her mom seems to be a very, very caring mother, she's obviously gone for long stretches of time. She's had a series of nannies who have not worked out for whatever reason. We are starting to realize why. Lots of reasons, perhaps. And the father is gross.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all you can call him. And she gets there and her response is, "Oh, you're one of those." Because unfortunately she's had to deal with that before. But,
well, I'm sure anybody in childcare work has.
But, that's also one of those when you're a live-in that makes you very vulnerable. Mm-hmm. If they're just coming to pick their kids up, they might hang around and, hit on you, but at least you can go home. But,
So what do you think about the Happy app?
Oh, I hate it. It's about as creepy as it. I mean, there's just something, it's like when I was refreshing my memory and I'm scanning through and it's like, tell Happy to put that on the list. And it's like calling her by name and it's like, have Happy Nutrition or something like that. And I thought, oh,
have some Happy coffee. And that you can't manage without the Happy app of doing even the basics that you would need to do, like make yourself a cup of coffee or make yourself a cup of tea. You almost have to have a aeronautical degree, it sounds like, to take a shower.
I started to say, forget that. Just get in the shower, and if it screws up, or if you don't have your settings programmed, its default is freeze you to death water. Oh no. That had me hissing like a cat. Happy and me would not get along.
I also thought that in this part, when the mother contacts her through the app instead of the traditional phone,
it's very creepy.
She realizes that the mother can pop in any room at any time through the Happy app.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. They have, the mother and father have complete override. They can appear anywhere in the house.
And it's one of those really weird situations because if you're looking at it from the parent's perspective, you'd be thinking, why would I not want to do that? I want to check and it's good to be able to just pop in and see how things are going when the nanny's not expecting you and blah, 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 blah. But that'd make you a nervous wreck.
Well, and I know we've had nanny cams for years and you can buy little teddy bears and have them strategically placed throughout your house to record what goes on when you're not at home. And it has, over the years, has caused some abuse and prevented abuse. But something about this app that just doesn't seem quite right. And the thing that kind of scares me too is the key goes missing.
Yeah.
In this section. And anything that has a traditional lock and key, they keep the key over top of the door so the children can't get to it. So you know it's not the children. Unless they're climbing up on something that's really, really super duper tall, which they could be. But the key goes missing. Then her window is open. There's a locked door in her room that she doesn't have a key for, and she can feel that there's a pretty big space on the other side of it. Why would you give somebody a room with a locked door that you don't give them a key to? Unless it is an access point to a upstairs loft area. Maybe you wouldn't, but you would at least explain what it is. And that's the part that I found least believable in this novel so far, is that a parent would just leave 3 helpless children with someone who didn't know how to run the house. Because most parents would at least want to know that you could provide nutrition for the children. And with Happy in charge, you may or may not be feeding those children daily.
Speaking of that, it's interesting, isn't it, how quickly... I mean, she had a rule book on what to do with them that's like a 3-ring binder, isn't it one of the big ones? So it's like reading through a promotion notebook trying to figure out.
It's 500 pages of this is what you need to do. And I'm going, 500 pages? And of course, the important things, the allergies and all that stuff, you would really want those in writing to your nanny. But the poison garden, you think you would have moved that up front since you said that you gave your children full reign?
Yeah, I mean...
on the property? Would you not say in person, oh, by the way, we have a poison garden?
She goes from, one day the conversation is, oh, don't be silly. That's the reason we buy this place. You're overreacting. They have free reign. Let them go out and play. That's what children do. To the next day, how dare you let my children into that poison garden? What poison garden?
So it would be something, I believe, one might mention before you leave somebody alone on your property that has one.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing, considering that, we are being told that another child died, that I wouldn't leave it to page 225 or whatever, in this notebook. I would tell them in person, by the way, there's a garden on this property. It's locked. It's locked for a good reason. It's a poison garden. Just for your safety and the kids, don't get around it. Takes 5 seconds. These are really weird people.
And I'm going to say that poison ivy is the least of their worries in this garden, it sounds like.
Absolutely.
It really sounds like. So I thought that was interesting. I thought it was really interesting that she lost track of time, or nanny lost track of time and almost didn't realize it was a school day for the kids.
Well, she's not getting much sleep. And, the other thing I was going to say about, this is one of those mothers who's like, they can't have this, they can't have that and everything. And so she immediately bribes them with the stuff that they're only supposed to be allowed every now and then.
I'd be like, processed sugar, it's your friend. Learn how to eat it. I will bribe you with it. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cute. Yes, we'll have some ice cream if you come in.
Let's watch Frozen.
Mm-hmm. And I think, personally, so far, she hasn't done anything, the nanny hasn't done anything that would make alarm bells go off. Though I find she is being ultra suspicious of people. Like, she's very suspicious of the handyman.
Mm-hmm.
She's very suspicious of the woman who comes in and cleans. So I'm beginning to wonder, why are you so suspicious of these people? Just, why? So I'm going to be fascinated to begin to find out, why is she really so suspicious of these people? Is there something else going on there? Yeah, don't tell me that. No, don't tell me.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Turn that key.
Which kind of leads us up to, I think, the point where there's no way I want a smart house. Can law one off on me. As my dad would say. The idea that somebody could get control of your house and, turn your heat off in the winter. Turn all your lights on in the middle of the night. I mean,
turn the music on loudly and all the lights on in the middle of the night, which is what happened.
And didn't they turn the heat down too?
They turned the heat pretty much off, and it was in the 30s outside.
Yeah, so they woke up cold with, all the lights on and the noise and children screaming. Because of course, if I was a child, I'd been screaming too. Going, what's going on?
Well, and bless, even Maddie was like down on the floor covering her ears up because it was so loud. It was so loud. And then the poor baby.
Oh,
I felt really bad for the baby because she was just terrorized, and it took forever to get all the kids back to sleep. So that's why she almost overslept for the first day of school. And it's real. There's parts of it you could see that would be good. Like, it would be convenient to tell your refrigerator, put this on the list and send it to my phone. That way you wouldn't have to take out your own notes app and put it on your list.
I still do an old-fashioned paper and pencil when I do one.
Well, you can read your handwriting. My handwriting is not stellar, and not everybody can read it, and not everybody includes me sometimes. Truly. So the refrigerator, that part would be kind of cool. But beyond that...
Yeah, I can't see you having to, not be able to get your tea in the morning. That would be not good. That would not be good.
It would not go well. Would not go well. I think for the next portion of the book, we'll read another 150 pages. How about that? And that should put us on track to finish up the week after that. So we'll see you next week. Read the next 150 pages, and hopefully that will stop somewhere really, really good.